Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for The Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7. This is the reunion part 1. We're going to get 3 parts. And I will say, they gave us enough, to keep me coming back. Like sometimes the first 2 are not as good, and then the last one is where it's very jam-packed, or the first one isn't as good, and then the last 2. Sometimes it's like that, but I feel like we're gonna get a good reunion special 1 through 3. Anyway, so January 31st, 2023, we start with Robin and Giselle's shady ass podcast, where Robin is admitting to knowing about Juan's cheating. And then we run it back to February of 2023, where she was on Watch What Happens Live, and they show us where, Andy was grilling her about all of this mess. And so we got a little bit of that, and I appreciate the editing team. I appreciate them for throwing the stuff back in there. She tried to get away with it not being talked about. But no, girl. No, ma'am. We gonna get in that ass. Okay? Anyway, 2 weeks earlier when they actually did film the reunion. Of course, Andy's going around checking in with everybody. I thought that it was funny. When he asked Karen how she feels about Charisse, being there, and she's like, Charisse earned it. Y'all filmed her enough. Who are I to say anything? Y'all obviously wanted her around, and so what am I supposed to say, Andy? Anyway, let's get into the dresses right quick. So I'm gonna do my worst dress, and then we're gonna get to the best dress. Okay, so worst dress, of course. We already know who the worst dress award goes to. Giselle tech head ass Bryant. Woo, girl. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't you ever do that no more. Don't do that one no more. Don't do it no more. Absolutely not. Anyway, coming in after her is Ashley. Ashley's dress was so body central, like it was very Charlotte Russe. Y'all remember Charlotte Russe? No, Ashley, where you going? Ashley feels like, girl, we get it, you body. You got it back together, you did. But this wasn't the dress. It wasn't the dress, and it wasn't the wig. Next. I didn't like her shoe either. It was like, girl, where you going, to the ballroom? You was doing ballroom dancing? Ashley was going ballroom dancing. Anyway, coming in after her is Mia. Mia's dress, I ain't like the way it fit right here. It kind of looked corset, but no. Kind of ruched, but no. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't like the way it fit right here. And maybe because the split shouldn't have been right in the middle. Like maybe for her body type, maybe the split should have been on the side. Like, you gotta kind of be mindful of your body type when it comes to gowns and the way certain dresses fit. Like I can't do a mermaid fit. I don't like the way mermaid fit look on me. I'm not hippie enough for the mermaid fit. So I'm not going to get a dress that fit like that. So you got to know. You got to know what works. Anyway, I just wasn't a fan of the fit of her dress. I love the color of it, though. I did love the color of it. Her hair looked good, it could have been something else, the straight pulled to the back. That's always cute. But, I don't know. Maybe she could have did like a low pony. That would have been nice. Anyway, who is after Mia? Robin. Robin's dress was kind of like, you can forget it. You know, like it wasn't memorable like that. Very safe. I guess that's her brand. You know, like that's what she gives us. Very safe. It wasn't nothing wrong with it. I love the color. It maybe not on her. It kind of washed her. Like with lighter complected people, darker hues look better up against our skin. Like even in the lighter tones, like, okay, a blues, let's not do the light baby blue. You know, let's not do the one where you're gonna look washed out. You know, it needs to be more vibrant so it pops up against the skin, up against the complexion. And she's very fair skinned, and so that might be the reason why I prefer the color of Mia's dress over Robin's, because it's just more rich. But there wasn't nothing wrong with Robin's look. It just was, okay. You look like you was, you know, she finna chaperone the prom, you know, or you was a wedding guest. You know, it was, you know, nice for that. Coming in next would be Candace. I liked the drama of Candace's dress, but it was swallowing her. It was swallowing her a little bit. And the parts where, you know, like you could see the nude. I don't know if that was purposeful or what. I don't know. It was looking like feathers was falling off. Where other than, you know, not so much she meant to do it. Like, I don't know, but I loved her hair. This blonde highlight right down the front like that. Love it. Love it. Love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Loved her hair. But the dress kind of swallowed her. I don't know about the dress. It was an ode to Cookie Monster. It was an ode to Cookie Monster. So, I mean, okay, girl. Anyway, coming in next will be Karen. Karen's dress looked great on her standing. And when she sat down, it was compromised a little bit because the mesh part was kind of scrunching up, like it wasn't fitted right, like it was too much material. But I still liked her look. Her hair kind of aged her. Her hair aged her a lot for me. I didn't like the hair. I don't know why, but the hair made her look way older than she was. But she looked good in her dress. She always looked good in her dresses. Listen, because Karen is bodied. And so she looked good. She looked it good. And you know, the number one spot for me would have to go to, did I forget somebody? No, I ain't forget nobody. The number one spot for me would go to Wendy. I loved Wendy's look. I know it's not a favorite for a lot of people. People don't like that peacock. Listen, the peacock was peacocking. I loved it. I love all of that. All of that. I love the colors in the dress. I love the way it looked on her. You know, with her complexion, her makeup was perfect. Hair perfect. Skin perfect. I mean, skin perfect. Whew. Wendy looks so good. Wendy looks so good. Anyway, so let's get back to the review. So Karen and Giselle, they said, you know, we do the seating or whatever. Andy makes a mention of it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe somebody made a big deal about it. I don't know. But he explained the reasoning behind the seats and everything. Karen and Giselle are sitting next to Andy. On Giselle's couch, you know, it's Giselle, then Ashley, then Wendy. And on the other couch, it's Karen, then Candace, then Robin, then Mia. We get into everything. Giselle and Ashley were both dating Bravo celebrities. Giselle was seeing somebody named, well, did we even get his name? I don't know, but she was seeing somebody from Summer House. She was introduced to him through Ashley's man, Luke. And that ain't even Ashley's man no more. They done had an argument, I guess. And now they done broke up. Child, we really don't even care about that. We really don't even care about that. Candace, can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Candace says, I don't know. You have to ask Ashley. Ashley has the keys. She has the keys. That's when she tells us that her dress is paying homage to Cookie Monster. So we get into Ashley's package. We get into her first. Ashley says that Michael has a key to the new house. You know, for the kids. For the kids. Michael doesn't have any boundaries, so Luke is out of the picture. You know, that was short-lived. It was, she said they dated for like a month. Michael was supposed to keep the kids, get the kids, or no, excuse me, bring them back on a Monday, and he ended up bringing them back on Sunday night when she was booed up, and her man had to leave out early. Like, he just wasn't with all that. So until she sets better boundaries with Michael, Luke had to remove himself. And she said she started to fall in love with him too. Girl. Anyway, Robin asks, when is the divorce? And she says she'll be filing in February. It is now February. Does anybody know if she's filed? I ain't looking it up, but I mean, is she divorced? Andy asked about the prenup. Child, Ashley dumbass ain't getting a dime. She ain't getting a dime. And I really don't believe that. I feel like she lying to us. Ashley be lying. Because ain't no way in hell Ashley got gooped like this. Ain't no way in hell. Talking about the money he made. He went back, you know, when they renegotiated. When they renegotiated the prenup and all of that. He changed some wording in there. And it came out, you know, it was to his benefit. Any of the money he made while they were married is still his. Oh, that is so stupid. That's so stupid. But she will get some form of spousal support and child support. And so Andy gets into the viewers' questions, and someone brings up the fact that, you know, Candace is very accomplished, and it was funny that Ashley was calling her the least accomplished. You know, like, what was up with that? Because Candace got a lot going on, so what you mean? And Ashley says that she apologizes, and, you know, she always, I'm so above the fray. I apologize to her for that. And what people are saying, it doesn't bother me at all. It's like, that doesn't bother me at all. Girl, whatever. Candace is just like, I find it funny that when Dorothy was helping me with my townhouse, with my $1 million home, and we were paying half on it, she was helping us out, I got berated and dragged for 4 seasons. And here you are. Living off of a man that you are divorcing. And so what was said? Ashley still tries to be very mouthy about it. She still tries to, you know, justify doing all of that. And it wasn't no justifying it. Y'all, all of them up there were mad that she had generational wealth. You know, like, you can't be mad at people for having things. Okay, her mother takes care of her. 30 or not, if my mama want to help me pay for my mortgage, I'm a let her. Like, I mean, especially when that's been her life. Ashley was just mad. She basically tells her, listen, when you hopefully one day, you know, you can get the same treatment, you know. If you attain, what she say, if you attain the decorations that he put into these papers to distract you, you know, I pray that you'll have all of the same things for your children. And she gonna say, yeah, you know, and my kids will be 30 and have their name on their own house. Girl, you 30 and that's not even your story. What are you saying? She want to put out there that Michael is a great girl, a great father, my ass, whatever. Anyway, they go to a little break, and Giselle, she gonna lean over, you know, asking Ashley about her man and everything. This when Ashley says that she and Luke got into a little fight because he didn't want to fly to see her, blah, 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 blah. But she entertaining somebody else right now anyway. We come back and we get into Mia's package. Y'all, she explains this health situation. It comes down to, it's a rash. Andy speculates, is it, you know, breast implant illness? Like, is it from all of the work that you've had done? She doesn't count that out. She still has to do some more testing. But she's on a few medications for a couple of different things. It's a journey. They drag Winnie into the conversation for her little hot mic moment. And Winnie, she owns it. She like, listen, I thought you was lying. Mia's whole thing is, well, why sit up and smile in my face and defend me when you thought I was lying too? But it's like, would you have rather me joined in? Girl, fuck you. I'm trying to save face for your ass. But yeah, we know you lying. That's where Wendy at with it. Excuse me. We talk about the businesses, you know, that have now crumbled or been taken away, whatever. Because she was supposed to be the CEO. So it's like, we thought she was the CEO. What happened? She tried to explain. I'm not going to even try to re-explain it. It's lies. Mia is lying. Mia is saying that that your name can be taken off of a joint account without you knowing. You ain't got to be there to sign for it or nothing. They can just take your name off. Girl, stop lying. Stop lying. They all just start falling out laughing at all of it. They're laughing at you. They're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at me. Yeah, girl, they laughing at you. Because this is hilarious. The lies. The lies. It was sounding like a hostile takeover, but it's like, aren't you the CEO? So you was lying about that too. You was lying. You just been lying. She tried to tell them they don't know nothing about business. No, obviously you don't. Because what you trying to tell us, we're not buying it. They're not buying it. She shuts down, you know. Well, I'm not going to talk to these group of women because they're laughing at me. And I don't find it funny. It's not really funny. So Andy, move on. Next question. Andy say, no, this question. She was embarrassed. She was embarrassed. Giselle says, well, you know, to her, it sounds like embezzlement. You know, Giselle just going to throw a whole charge out there. She says, like y'all, it seems like y'all funded your lifestyle, you know, with the company coin. It's all bad. Sorry, girl. She no longer living in Potomac. They're living off of their savings, and they are renting in a house, you know, outside of Potomac. I think she said North Bethesda. And Andy asked, you know, when he asked about their living arrangement, she tells him that she was renting that home that they were in, and they had a few other rental properties. They just renting all over the place. I don't know if we got buying property down, you know, on the to-do list, but renting them, they doing that. They lost those two. Anyway, they're living off the Housewives check, I assume. Whole thing just was getting all tied up in her words, and them people was just laughing at her. I think Giselle is asked about it. Because Mia shares a lot on social media. Like, she's very transparent. And at first, Giselle thought that it was weird that she would do those types of things. She thought that it was like attention seeking, like pick me. But now she gets it. It's almost like Mia tries to get in front of what we're going to already find out. And so she just wants to tell her own story. She going to put it like that. All right, so they break again. And in between break, just Grace is on the line with Giselle. She's driving, though. And Andy is like, eyes back on the road. Eyes back on the road. Giselle says, Daddy Andy said you need to put down the phone and keep your eyes on the road. And then Andy says to Grace that, you know, he makes a joke about being her real daddy. And Giselle gonna look at him and say, I hope you don't think nothing is wrong with this. She just forward as fuck. But have you ever been with a woman? And he's like, I don't think that's forward at all. And no, I haven't. But I'm curious. And Giselle says, how old are you? And he says, I'm 54. And she says, if it don't happen by 60, I'll do it. I bet you'll do it. You laughing, but I take you serious. I take you serious. We get to Candace's package. There's unseen footage as well in this package. And it's of Giselle and Her Confessional reading a text message from Chris where he did apologize to her. He apologizes if he made her feel uncomfortable. And afterwards, she feels vindicated, like, you know, that was an admission of guilt to me and an apology. I got what I needed. We can move on. Girl, ain't nobody admitted to nothing. Andy say, that ain't no admission of guilt. That's not what that was. That is not what that was. It was a, if I made you uncomfortable, then I apologize. It don't mean I'm admitting that I did anything wrong. And then Giselle, she kind of gets tripped up as well, because she says that she keeps saying, I'm apologizing to her and I'm apologizing to him. And Candace is like, you're apologizing or you did apologize? I'm apologizing to you. Girl, keep it. Because that's not even an apology. Apologizing to someone would be a simple, Candace, I'm sorry. I apologize for spreading lies about your husband. I apologize for embellishing and fabricating stories to malign your husband. I'm sorry for that. Period. All that. I'm apologizing. No, that's not an apology, Giselle. People ain't dumb, okay? You not, girl, whatever. Anyway, she tells her you can take that apology and shove it up your ass. And so, no, apology not accepted. Robin chimes in, and it's like, girl, whose side are you on? Because when we was watching this season, you wasn't even for all of this. Now you can see how inappropriate it was. I think the message is that it's inappropriate for a married man to be in a closed room with a woman that's not his wife. I think that's the message, girl. Please just be quiet. Please just be quiet. It's inappropriate for your husband to know about sexual assault and then shove it under the rug and not say nothing. That's what's inappropriate, Robin. It's inappropriate for your husband to carry his ass down to hotel rooms and pay for people's rooms that aren't yours. That's inappropriate, Robin. Talk about what's inappropriate, girl. Anyway, Candace says that ain't my issue. My issue ain't that she felt uncomfortable, whatever. We get all that. My issue is she waited to get in front of these cameras to do all of this. And so it's with ill intent. No, we're not doing that. Giselle want to know why he lied about being the one that asked her to speak to her in the room. She's like, why did he lie about it then? If it wasn't there, why did he lie? Candace and Andy are like, listen, he gonna be out in a minute. We can ask him that when he come out. He can speak for himself. So we switch the subject to Candace's fertility journey. You know, she starts crying immediately. That girl, at the drop of a hat. Anyway, they retrieved, she had a successful egg retrieval. She has 6 embryos, so she has a possibility of having 6 kids if she wants to. She can have 1 or 2 if she wants to. She can have 3. You know, she got 6 kids. That's amazing to me. That whole process and that being the case. I would feel like my kids is just in a lab and I need to get them here on Earth. I'd be like Candy finding surrogates. Can somebody come carry the rest of my kids that I got here in the thing? Anyway, I don't know how they got back onto Chris again, you know, because Robin was chiming in still in Giselle's defense, talking about what the message is. Andy felt like, what are we, in medieval times where 2 grown people can't have a conversation with one another without people thinking that they was having sex? Like, that's so medieval. That's so late, you know, like, are we still doing that? I mean, I understand all of that, but I don't want my husband going to nobody's hotel room having a conversation alone with the doors closed. I ain't gonna think y'all cheating. I ain't gonna think nothing going on. It's just the optics. Y'all don't need to be exiting a room and then somebody's seeing it, and it's like, what the fuck? What was they doing in there? You don't need to be leaving no room for speculation. That's what that's about. Anyway, Giselle tries to, you know, make excuses, you know, for herself. We all do it. She's always doing it. We all do it. Well, what did I say? What did I say? And Candace holds her feet to the fire. Okay, well, what about your little sneaky leak comment and you saying that he was trying to see if you was with it? What about that? We run the footage. They show all of that. Giselle, you the one. Don't try to deflect and put this on somebody else like it was like it's shared guilt around here. You are the culprit. And Wendy chimes in, you know, to drive the point home further, you know, that this is a pattern with you. It'd be one thing if this wasn't a pattern. We would believe all of this. We could believe that you don't have ill intent. But the fact that you always come into the cameras with some mess, girl, save it. Save it. You know, your timing is always convenient for you, you know. And then Candace says, your dwindling uterus was waiting on you to talk about it. Was waiting. And you're busy maligning people's husbands. Giselle was just, she couldn't really say nothing. She was really, I don't think I've ever seen Giselle this flustered. You know, like, besides the time Monique got that ass. Woo! I know some people don't like just Candace's comment, the dwindling uterus comment. I knew it wouldn't land well with the masses, but can I just say it didn't bother me? Like, I know the feminist brigade gonna jump on it. I know it. I know they're gonna jump on it because in their minds, she came for all the uteruses across America. No, she was just talking about Giselle's uterus that she no longer has because she got a hysterectomy. So she really shouldn't be that offended. Girl, you ain't trying to have no kids anyway. Although, Candace, you can't really say stuff like that when you know you doing a whole fertility stuff. Like you doing, you going through IVF. You don't need to be talking about other people's uteruses when you're trying to bring life into the world. You know, you don't want nothing to happen to yours, you know. But I got you, girl. I get where you come from. I get where you're driving at. I get where you're driving at. And I don't fault you for it. Because Giselle be deserving all of that. She deserves all the vitriol that Candace has for her. All of it. Take the rebuttal and eat it. Because you wrong. Y'all cannot continue to tell Candace how to react to people when people are coming for her. Like, what else was she supposed to say? Because the point is, you could have been talking about your journey in, you know, we could have been going to a few doctor appointments where they gave you this news. You want to give us the after effect, some little quick conversation with you and Robin and surgery tomorrow. Girl, why you couldn't have took us to the doctor with you when they told you that this was going to have to happen? You could be showing us a lot more of your life than she does. Like, I don't understand why her life is off limits. Both she and Robin. Instead, they produce mess within everybody else's life. All for a show. That's sick and sad. Like, I don't get that. Anyway, until next time, we'll be back for part 2, of course. But I enjoyed the first part. So, looking forward to the next one. Looking forward to getting into into the Karen and Sharice stuff and the Wendy and Mia situation. You know, I'm looking forward to getting into that stuff. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.